Good afternoon, year 4. Yeah, I know you're pleased to see me. Yeah, after so long, yeah. How are you all? Keeping, staying at home and keeping safe, I hope. Yeah, and doing all your work. So, the last thing when we met in class, we did Battle of Lanka. After that, we did the revision work and then we stopped coming to school. And then I've been giving you quite a lot of work to do and even sending you some videos. But okay, today I'm there personally to talk about Bhakti Yoga. And in Bhakti Yoga, we are going to look at 3 characters of Paramatma. Okay, so before we start, let's understand what Bhakti Yoga is. Bhakti Yoga is the path of love, faith, and devotion to Paramatma. Yeah, so how can we be closer to Paramatma with our devotion? Okay, so in that we shall look at 3 characters who were very close to Paramatma with their devotion. So those 3 are Dhruv, Prahlad, and Mirabai. So I'm going to start my session today with the story of Dhruv. That's Bhakta Dhruv. Now, to know, let's start with what happened. Now there was this king. What's his name? Uttanpad. Yes. He was a king of a kingdom and he had 2 queens, Suniti and Suruchi. Now these 2 queens, Suniti was elder and Suruchi was younger. So now let me talk about Suniti. Now Suniti was a very good lady. You can say with good habits and all that, yeah. She was kind, caring, generous, understanding, and on the other side, Suruchi was opposite. She was young, so what do you expect? Yeah, she did not like Suniti. She was jealous of Suniti, and they happened to not stay in one palace. One was Suruchi lived with the king, and Suniti lived in another palace. Now what happened was, Suniti had a son who was Dhruv. Okay, Suniti had a son who was Dhruv, and Suruchi had a son who was Uttam. Now, both the brothers loved each other, and then one time, what happened was, the king was sitting up in the room playing with Uttam on his laps, and that time Dhruva, who was playing in the garden, heard the laughter. So he went close. Now what happened? The king lifted Dhruv and also put him on the laps from the window, yes. And when Suruchi entered the room, she did not like it. So what does she do? She sends Dhruv away, but after giving him a big scolding. Now if somebody scolds you, how do you feel? You feel like crying, yeah? Same thing happened to Dhruv. Dhruv went back to Suniti crying. Now, like I told you, Suniti was very sensible. So what did she tell Dhruv? Stop crying. Tell me what happened. So Dhruv told Suniti what Suruchi had told her. So Suniti did not tell Dhruv anything bad about Suruchi. Instead, she said that, look here, Dhruv, I believe that Paramatma is the one who gives us everything. So, it is Paramatma, just in Paramatma, he will do everything right for you. So Dhruv decided to leave the palace. He says, I need your blessings. I want to go and So Dhruv left the palace in search of Paramatma. And when on the way, he meets Narad Muni, or we can even say Sage Narad. Now, Narad Muni, you are going to know him. You know him, but maybe you will say, who is he? Now, I know most of you watch mythology videos, and in the mythology videos, you have heard a sage, coming saying, Narayan, Narayan. Yes, that is Narad Muni. He stopped Dhruva and said, hey, hello. Where are you going? And who are you and where are you going so fast? So Dhruv stood and gave his introduction and says, I am Dhruv, son of King Uttanpad and Sunidhi. I have left home in search of Paramatma. Now, Narad Muni told him, but you are too young, too small to go and do anything for Paramatma. Go back home. You can do that when you grow up. Now Dhruv was adamant. Says, no. I am going to look for Paramatma. I left home with my mother's blessing. And nobody can stop me. So Narad Muni says, okay, fine. I can help you. So, will you follow what I tell you and learn what I tell you and to do? You will succeed in your mission. So, Dhruv accepted Narad Muni to teach him. Now, Narad Muni taught him two things. He taught him tapasya. Tapasya is penance. Now, penance is how to meditate in such postures so that you are doing tapasya. Like you see, putting your hands up, and that way you must have done. You also do that in your prayers, So he taught Dhruv how to do that. And then he taught Dhruv a mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now, he told Dhruv to chant this mantra while doing tapasya. So, which is the mantra? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, Dhruv learned to meditate and also how to chant the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And once he was done, Sage Narad directed him to go to Madhuvan forest and do his tapasya from there. And Madhuvan forest was on the banks of river Yamuna. So he told him to follow just the road and he will reach Madhuvan forest. Now, Dhruv looked for a place over there where he sat down first. Okay. For a few months passed, he used to eat fruits and berries and drink water from them. And then slowly, his tapasya became more and more strict. He started now only living on water. And then he started controlling his breath, but went on continuing of chanting of the mantra. So, a tranquil filled the forest with the mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He went on chanting this mantra. He was not scared of the wild animals in the forest, nor the rain, nor the sun, nor the cold, nor the heat. he just continued. After sitting, he changed his posture to standing, and then standing on one foot and going all the way, putting his hands up and chanting the mantra. And time passed. Finally, his voice reached Vaikunt, Shirsagar. Now, who stays in Vaikunt, Shirsagar? We have done that in first term. Does anyone know? Can anyone guess? Yes, Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu. He stays in Vaikunt Sagar with his goddess Lakshmi. Now, Lord Vishnu heard Dhruva. Even goddess Lakshmi heard Dhruva. So she told Lord Vishnu, your devotee is calling out for you. And that time, you know what happened? Lord Vishnu told goddess Lakshmi, yes, and he is my youngest devotee. How old was Dhruva that time? 5 years old. So, Lord Vishnu mounted on Garud the eagle and flew to Madhura forest and called Dhruva after. But Dhruva was in deep trance, mantra, chanting his mantra. So, Lord Vishnu touched Dhruva with his lotus, Padma, touched him and called him out, Dhruva. Dhruva opened his eyes and he says, who are you? So that time Lord Vishnu says, I am the one you are looking for. I am very pleased with your devotion and I am going to give you something for that. But right now you go back home because everybody is worried about you. Dhruva, go back home because there are 2 things I am going to give you. Okay? He gave Dhruva the blessings of long life. Now, long life to rule the kingdom of his father. So he was going to become the next king of the kingdom after his father. And then, after the ruling of the kingdom is done, I am going to make you, after your death, I'm going to give you a place in heaven of a star. But right now, go back home. So Dhruva goes back home. And when he goes back home, everyone is waiting for him to come home. Even Suruchi was there. And everyone was happy. And after his father's death, Dhruva becomes the king. And with the help of his brother Uttam, he rules the kingdom. And after his death, he becomes a star in heaven. And that star is known as Dhruva Nakshatra. What do we call the star? Dhruva Nakshatra. Now, this star is Dhruva. He is surrounded by 7 small stars. And these 7 small stars, they are representing the 7 rishis. So he got a place with the 7 rishis. So just imagine what importance did he get in his life? Not life, but you can say as Dhruva. Yes. So that is the story about Dhruva. Now, we all know Dhruva. He is remembered by everyone. And in your science lesson, you call it Dhruva. We call it Dhruva. But in the science lesson, you call it the pole star. Now, the polar star is very stable and the brightest star. It shines so brightly that we can see it, especially on Tuesday in the north. Yeah? And then, also another thing. We use that star to get our directions. Yes. If you forget, if you are lost when you are in the desert or maybe in the sea, they use the star to get the direction. That once you find your north, then you know where it is. Because if north is here, south is there, and east and then west. Yes. So which other subject comes? Geography. Yes. So I hope you enjoyed Dhruv. Okay. So now, if you want to tell the story to anyone else about Dhruv, you can easily do it. See you in the next lesson. Bye. Stay at home and keep safe.